No one expected this from Seattle. In an offseason that appeared predictable, even stable, the Seahawks have pulled a move that sent shockwaves across the league. When most fans assumed the quarterback job was locked down, Seattle flipped the script. Come week one, it won't be a rising star under center. It'll be Sam Darnold. Yes, that Sam Darnold, leading the Seahawks against the San Francisco 49ers. And the response? Volcanic. For a fan base hungry for the future, this decision feels like a detour. Jalen Milroe had stirred excitement with his raw athleticism and playmaking flashes, the kind of spark that ignites belief. But the Seahawks have chosen patience over potential, for now. Rather than hand the keys to a rookie, they're putting faith in a veteran who's seen both sides of the NFL's cruelty, the early promise and the brutal come-downs. And that's where the stakes rise. Darnold's career has been a cautionary tale of what happens when expectations crash into poor timing and broken rosters. Now, Seattle is trusting him to guide a franchise that can't afford another quarterback disaster. Every throw will matter. Every mistake will echo. Because when the 49ers defense comes charging with its usual violence, there's no room for doubt, only execution. If Darnold fails early, it won't just be about losing a football game. It'll be the spark that lights the powder keg already sitting beneath this roster. A quarterback controversy is waiting in the shadows, and September hasn't even started. Jalen Milroe's shadow looms large over this decision. The whispers are already building. If Darnold stumbles, how long before Pete Carroll, once so loyal to veteran steadiness, turns the page to youth and upside? Milroe is electric, unpolished, but undeniably dangerous, and every rep in practice where he flashes, every highlight that leaks out of camp, chips away at the notion that this is just Darnold's job to keep. But the quarterback room isn't the only storm brewing in Seattle. Behind them, the backfield is undergoing a quiet but seismic shift of its own. For years, Kenneth Walker has been the explosive heartbeat of the Seattle run game. Bursting onto the scene with highlight runs and breakaway speed, Walker quickly earned his spot as a fan favorite. But inside the building, there's a different energy now, one that centers around Zach Charbonnet. While Walker still headlines early in his career, Charbonnet quietly built trust. A dual threat with soft hands and serious burst, he turned heads late last season by consistently moving the chains. Coaches have taken notice, so has the front office. And with Walker's rookie contract inching toward a payday Seattle may not be willing to offer, there's growing chatter that the franchise may be looking toward the future sooner rather than later. Nobody wants to say it publicly, but the logic is hard to ignore. Walker's injury history isn't helping his case. Lingering questions about durability and reliability make it easier for the Seahawks to consider shifting their commitment. Charbonnet, still early in his rookie deal, offers fresh legs, less risk, and a skill set that better suits the team's evolving offensive scheme. Should Walker miss time or worse, start slow, that window could slam shut fast. The decision at running back may come down to a single snap. Go with the proven explosiveness of Walker, hoping he stays healthy, or lean into Charbonnet's versatility and fresh motor. One misstep could fracture the rhythm of Seattle's entire offense. But as critical as the quarterback and backfield situations are, there's another battleground that could redefine everything: the wide receiver room. Seattle didn't just quietly retool here. They detonated expectations. The addition of Cooper Kupp, fresh from his tenure with the Rams, brings immediate credibility. His routes are crisp, his toughness is old school, and his presence opens up possibilities that Seattle hasn't had in years. He's more than a possession guy, he's a tone setter. And now with second-year Pro Bowler Jason S. ready to take over as the true number one, this wide receiver duo could become one of the most dangerous in the NFC if everything clicks. Seattle's blueprint for keeping Sam Darnold upright and this offense functional may rest in the overlooked roles of tight ends and fullbacks. In a high-risk season, these so-called support pieces are quietly becoming essential chess moves. Noah Fant is the most dependable name in that group, a tight end who's long been known for bailing out quarterbacks when plays collapse. His chemistry with Darnold could develop quickly, especially considering how Darnold thrived last season leaning on tight ends in short yardage pressure situations. Fant's knack for finding space will be critical as Darnold looks for rhythm in the passing game. Behind Fant, though, the waters get murkier. Alexa Arroyo and A.J. Barner offer depth, but neither have proven they can deliver with consistency in big moments. It's one thing to show promise in practice. It's another to convert on third down when the pressure is real. For Seattle to hold up against NFC defenses, one of them will need to step forward as a reliable secondary option. At fullback, another unsung battle has already shifted in favor of Robbie Oates. While Brady Russell remains in the conversation, he hasn't separated himself from the practice squad label. Oates, on the other hand, fits the archetype this offense needs: a physical lead blocker who thrives in the gritty, short-yardage game. If Seattle wants to control the clock and wear down defenses, he'll play a much larger role than the stat sheet will ever reflect. Still, none of these weapons matter if the offensive line doesn't hold up, and that's where the real war is being fought. The Seattle's offensive line will determine everything. It's not just about protecting Darnold, but it's about setting the tone for a franchise trying to turn a corner. Charles Cross remains the cornerstone at left tackle, flashing Pro Bowl level talent that gives the team something to build around. If he makes the leap, Seattle can finally start dreaming big again. Next to him, rookie Gray Zabel steps into the fire at left guard, transitioning from college tackle to the NFL interior. It's a massive adjustment, and while Zabel has the tools, the margin for error is razor thin. At center, Olu Oluwatimi is doing just enough to keep Jalen Sundell behind him, but camp whispers suggest that competition isn't settled yet. The fiercest contest is unfolding at right guard. Anthony Bradford, noticeably leaner and hungrier this year, is trying to fend off second-year man Christian Haynes. That battle could go down to the final preseason game, with both linemen trying to prove they belong in the trenches when the real bullets start flying. Abraham Lucas at right tackle remains a concern, not for talent, but for health. If he can stay upright, this line has the potential to gel. If not, it could all unravel fast. The pressure doesn't just come from the opposing side of the ball, it comes from within. Seattle's defense has adopted a hardened edge, starting with the front seven. Leonard Williams is the anchor now, his veteran presence setting the tone across the line. Next to him, Byron Murphy's offseason work is beginning to show, and Jaron Reed continues to command the locker room with vocal leadership and quiet intensity. On the edge, DeMarcus Lawrence could be a game changer, if his health holds up. At linebacker, there's cautious optimism. Tyrese Knight, a second-year steal, is stepping into a starting role with momentum and expectation. Ernest Jones is the wild card, back from knee surgery, hoping to recapture the burst that once made him elite. And Boye Mafe appears to be on the verge of overtaking Uchenna Nwosu with a more complete toolset and a motor that hasn't let up since minicamp. But what could truly elevate this defense isn't the pass rush, it's the secondary. Devin Witherspoon is already a Pro Bowl lock, locking down the nickel spot with rare confidence. Reek Woolen, eyeing a payday, is fighting to reassert himself after an uneven 2024. Julian Love remains the heartbeat at strong safety, while Kobe Bryant is now trusted with the free safety role after stepping up late last year. And then there's rookie Nick Emmanmori, the hybrid weapon who could line up anywhere from safety to linebacker depending on the matchup. His versatility gives this defense a modern edge that few teams can match. Even with all this promise, Seattle's special teams must tighten up if this team is to contend. Jason Myers has the leg to win games, and Michael Dixon remains an elite punter. But blown coverages cost them critical moments last season, and coordinator Jay Harbaugh knows this is his make-or-break year. Kenny McIntosh could bring a spark as a returner, but he'll be challenged by Steven Sims and the dynamic rookie Torrey Horton. The margin is slim. One breakdown, one missed tackle could tilt an entire season. And with Seattle on the edge of something big or something broken, the next snap will tell the truth.